Hi friends, welcome to another interesting online tutorial by Jenie concept, and today we'll be learning how to make the V-shaped turban cap with 3 steps or 3 layers. If you're new on this channel, you are welcome. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button, and also leave a comment in the comment section. And for all returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support, and I love you all. For this tutorial, the materials needed include any fabric of your choice. However, for this particular tutorial, I made use of metallic fabric, needing your scissors, your measuring tape, as well as your matching color of thread and needle. For this tutorial, I made use of these measurements. Now the cap is divided into the band and the base. Now for my base, I'm going to be making use of 23 inches for the head circumference, and the width, that is the depth of the cap, is going to be 12 inches. Now when cutting out your head circumference, ensure that your head circumference is cut across the stretchy parts of the fabric. Now this is a metallic fabric, and the fabric is a stretchy fabric, so my head circumference is cut across the stretchy part of the fabric. For the base, it is 23 by 12 inches. Now for the band, we are doing a V-shaped band, but the V-shaped band is coming in 3 steps or in 3 layers. Now to achieve that, I'll be needing 6 pieces of fabric. I have the first 3 pieces of fabric here, and then I have the last 3 pieces of fabric here. Okay, that is 6 pieces of fabric. The measurement for this is 5 inches by 15 inches. The length, which is the head circumference, 15 inches, while the width from here to here is 5 inches. Like I said, the length, the head circumference, should be cut across the stretchy parts of the fabric. Now, like I said earlier, we are working on the V-shaped band with 3 steps. Now, how do we now get that? So I'm going to get my fabric. This is the first fabric, and I'll be folding it in 2. While folding your fabric into 2, the wrong side of the fabric should be inside, and the fine side of the fabric should be outside, and that's what should be facing you. So this is the fine side of my fabric. I have the first one this way. We'll get the second piece and then place on it on the other side. So I'll place the second piece this way. We're working with 6 pieces of fabric, so this is the first 2 pieces of fabric. I'll get my pins to hold it down. Please watch the way my fabric is positioned. This is the open end here, and this is the folded part here. So this is the first step. Now for the second step, I will start with the left side, and then I'm going to place it on my fabric this way. Now I'm forming a second step, and I'll get the 4th piece of fabric, place it on the right side this way. So this is it, my V-shaped band. 2 steps now. I'll get pin again and hold it down in place. So this is it. Now for the 3rd piece of fabric, the 3rd layer, which is now the 5th piece of fabric, I will start from the left side, fold it into 2, and then place on my fabric this way, and then I will get the last piece of fabric, fold it into 2, and place it on my right side this way. Please observe again how I'm folding my fabric. The open end is down, while the folded end is at the top. So this is it now. This is how to get a V-shaped band for 3 steps, and then I will pin all fabric to help me hold it in place. Okay, it's a little bit bulky, but then take your time while pinning it down. Okay, let's assume that I've pinned it down, and I'm going to get it on my sewing machine. I'm going to sew all together. Like this second step, I will just come, start stitching from this end to join it to the first band, and then when I get here, I'll stitch down here, then I'll make like a V turn and continue and stitch this way down. Then I'll add the third layer. I start from the left first and then the right, and then I'll place it on my sewing machine. I'll start sewing from this end. I'll sew all the way down, and I'll just sew down like this. When I get, I'll make a V shape and climb up, and then come to this other side and sew it all. So after sewing, this is my V-shaped band in 3 layers. All have been sewn together, and then this is the other side of it. To continue, I'll get my base, and I have my base here. This is the fine side of my base. So I'll just fold my base into 2 to get the middle, and then I'm going to make a notch at the middle. So this is where my middle is, and then I'll get my fabric and my band. I'm placing my band on the fine side of my fabric, and then I'm going to be placing it down this way. Now this V-shaped band, this V-shape you have gotten on your band shall align with the V-shape on your fabric, and then I'll bring the right side down this way, and I'm going to sew from the middle down to the right side, and then I'll take the other left side this way, and I'll also sew from the middle down to the left side to join both the band and the base as one. This is my work. Like I said earlier, put your band on the fine side of your fabric and sew. Okay, this is the part where I've sewn to join the band to the base, and then this is the front view. So this is the 3 steps V-shaped band. I'm making use of 12 inches as the depth of my cap because I don't want the back to be bulky. But if you want the excess to be much, that is to be full at the back, you can increase it to 14 inches. Now I'm going to be folding my work into 2 this way. So this is it. The fine side is inside and the wrong side is facing me. Now I'm going to be making a curve. So I'll get my chalk, and then starting from this end, I'll be making a curve this way. So I'll get my scissors and then trim it off. So this is what I get. Now I'm going to place this thing on my sewing machine, and I'm going to join my work starting from the band. So I will join my band, stitch all through here until I get to this end. So this is my work after making my stitches. Remember I started from the band. Now I'm going to be making a running stitch through the work in order to form a turban cap, and then I'll be needing my needle and thread. My running stitch is going to start immediately after the band, not on the band. So I'll just get my needle and thread, pass it in and out until I get to this end here. So this is my work after making my running stitch. Right, this is the front view of my cap. And finally, this is how the finished work of our cap looks like. I hope this tutorial has been helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Bye.